Hey,
Yo, what's up?
you know what's an interesting topic?
Girls?
Nah, mythology.
Ah, like the Greek gods and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken in how like the coolest characters are always rebelling against something?
Yeah, like that guy Prometheus.
How?
Well,
Prometheus was the Titan god of forethought and crafty counsel, who was entrusted with the task of molding mankind out of clay. His attempts to better the lives of his creation brought him into direct conflict with Zeus. Firstly, he tricked the gods out of the best portion of the sacrificial feast, acquiring the meat for the feasting of man. Then, when Zeus withheld fire, he decided to steal it from heaven and delivered it to the mortal kind, hidden inside a fennel stalk. As punishment for these rebellious acts, Zeus ordered the creation of Pandora, the first woman, as a means to deliver the misfortune into the house of man, or as a way to achieve mankind of the company of the good spirits. Prometheus, meanwhile, was arrested and bound to a stake on Mount Caucasus, where an eagle was said to feed upon his ever-regenerating liver, or some say his heart. Generations later, the great hero Hercules came along and released the old Titan from his torture.
are there any other rebels that have to do with mythology?
Well, in Norse mythology, there's Loki.
Loki?
Yeah. In a way, you can look at it as he was rebelling against Odin, his adopted father and Thor's brother, and how he wants to take over Asgard. Loki's dad is Bottos. He's a giant, also known as, he is also called the Cruel Striker. His mother is Laufey, whose name also can possibly translate to tree. She's also a giant. At first, Loki didn't really know he was adopted, so he hated Thor for having the throne instead of it being inherited to him. Loki tried in many ways to rebel against his adopted father, Odin's choice. Loki rebelled by shortening Thor's hammer and also trying to get him killed multiple times. Loki was in fact responsible for the death of most of the gods while leading the army of giants and his children to fight the gods. Loki gave birth to the giant serpent Jormungand, who killed Thor, and he also gave birth to Fenrir, the wolf that bit off Tyr's hand and killed Odin.
Oh, terrible.
Who?
Jesus.
Ah, like how he was worshipping on the Sabbath and the other Jews didn't like him.
Yeah, challenged almost every authority. Figure it out there.
Jesus back in the day did not conform to what the higher authority said. He knew what he was supposed to do at the time in order to save mankind from their own sin. Jesus sacrificed himself in order to save humans from the sins that they had done. Denied him, betrayed him, backstabbed him, and did anything to stop Jesus from what he was sent on earth to do. But he didn't let them do that stop him. He rebelled against all of the quote-unquote haters, and he did what he needed to do to save mankind.
What is a rebel, you may ask?
A rebel is a person who rises in opposition or armed resistance against an established government or ruler. Rebels are often apparent in movies, usually being the main character or related to, such as Katniss Everdeen from The Hunger Games, who rebelled against the Capitol and President Snow. There's also Wolverine from the X-Men. There's also Neo and his crew from The Matrix. They rebelled against the Matrix in a whole, fighting to restore power within the human society. There's also Leonidas, the great Spartan king, who rebelled against the Persian army when they said that you should bow at their feet. He said no and took his army of 300 people to go fight the Persians. There's also Danny Zuko from Greece, who rebelled against the social society in which the two denominations were fighting against each other, and was like no, because he loved a girl from the other side. It was basically a Romeo and Juliet of that era.
Believe it or not, everything in life is based off of an archetype. There are many different kinds of archetypes, such as the transgressor, who an example of this would be the devil. There's also the destroyer, who would be the Joker from Batman. The destroyer doesn't just destroy, it destroys for the sake of destroying. Then there is the temptress. The temptress would be a man or woman who uses their sexual prowess to gain an advantage on whoever they're with.